I am Rick Harsh, the chief editor and publisher, or whatever, of coronasamas.press. But I like to review other books now and then that are not in our stable. And I have a nice relationship with Betimes Books of Dublin because everything I've gotten from them I've liked. Um, I, an interesting thing is I turned down a book that was just sent to me. I mean, I turned it down like not after it was sent to me, but before I thought, nah, I don't want to read that. I'll tell you why. Because it's a detective novel, and although that's the only genre stuff I read, I want it to be really good. And the reason I didn't want this one is because I don't like when they're done in a series. You know, I got that from a writer, I think it was Burke, James Lee Burke. Loved one of his books, read another one with the same character, and, it was like, what, in each novel, the same shit happens. He loses a woman, he gets the shit beat out of him, and nearly dies. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't work with me. I want each different novel to be completely, connected in a real way. Like if you have a trilogy and, the woman dies, I don't want to see her in the second volume if it's later on in time. You might want to go back in the second volume if, you want to, whatever. Also, I like good writing. And I believe that, some of the best and worst writing is done in, I know in science fiction it is, but it's just not my bag. But I'm a Raymond Chandler guy. I know there's great prose to be had in these novels. In fact, in one of my recent videos, I mentioned Raymond Chandler by calling him Raymond Carver. What a disservice. Carver was a good writer too, but, and then, time went on, and I thought I would like to do a review, talk about a series of reviews, actually, and talk about crime novels. What better way to do it than read a series by a press that impresses me? And so I said, send me the very first in the series, but what they sent was the first book they published in the series, which is this one, Head Games, by Craig McDonald. And another thing that I didn't like about this one was it seemed like kind of it's about the head of, I think they're looking for the head of Pancho Villa. Yeah, the stolen skull of Pancho Villa. And it just sounded to me like too, self-consciously quirky or something like that. But, the chief editor, Svetlana I forgot now. But Svetlana of Betimes Books has always steered me right. And so she said, I'll send you the first one we published, which is this one. And I thought, okay, let's do it. I'm gonna jump in to the Craig McDonald series, and if I don't like it, I'm not gonna do a bad review. I'm just gonna say, well, it wasn't for me. But right off the bat, the first thing you do, you gotta learn. When you read a book, you gotta read everything there is before you read the book. You read the back, and you read someone say it's smart, it's funny, and it moves like a roach when the lights go on. What's not to love? I like that, but you don't go too much by the blurbs or the cover. For instance, is that really William Holden? I don't think so. But it's a good cover. They have their style, and it fits it. And ultimately, I do like the cover quite a lot. I like, this guy here. I think he's a bad guy. Unless he's Pancho Villa, but I don't think that's what Pancho Villa looked like. But I might be wrong. But so the first thing that McDonald writes in here or puts in here are his epigraphs. And the first one is this: the strong men keep coming on. They go down shot, hanged, sick, broken. Carl Sandburg. I went to Carl Sandburg Elementary School in Wheeling, Illinois. So, already done with my electronic cigarette. Yeah, I'm taking a step toward health. This is a short step, but soon I'll be quitting. So, I also like the macho thing, because I know that this is going to undercut the macho thing to a degree. I think it will. We'll see. And then the next one is by Emil L. Holmdahl, who says, 50 years ago, a man could go to Mexico or Central America and take his pick of a dozen wars, insurrections, or marauding expeditions. But the rules changed, and soldiers of fortune have to admit that freelance fighting is a thing of the past. The world has gone to hell. That's hilarious. And then, one of the great crime writers of today is James Ellroy, and the next one is James Ellroy. Rakish in his eye patch, pundit when sane. A reminder. Men were men then. James Ellroy. And then the last one is George W. Bush, dead or alive. So I'm off to a great start. I'm going to, book one is 1957, The Land of Hope and Dreams. One hope, many dreams. So we're going to read the first paragraph, and then I'm going to read the book. And you won't see me till I'm done with this, and maybe, I don't know, another one. We were sitting in a back room of a cantina on the outskirts of Ciudad Juarez, 3 drinks in, when Bill Wade reached into the dusty duffel bag he had tucked under our table and plunked down the Mexican general's head. You're going to keep reading. You're going to keep reading. I assume that head is Pancho Villa's. And already, okay, this is going to be kind of just like fake quirky. Already, that's gone. I'm in love with the writer and hoping that what he does just keeps me going, and I like everything. He won me over that quickly. Those epigraphs were terrific, and nice opening line, Craig. So, Craig McDonald, look him up at Betimes Books, and if you're not as picky as me, you'll probably want to just buy them all right away and read them. And that's probably where I'm going to end up, because I just like everything so far, and Betimes is not, when I first looked them up, I saw Craig McDonald, crime writer, and I thought, it's all crime books, and then they sent me Richard Kalich, Colin O'Sullivan, and what's his name? Oh Lord, the brain is going, Soul Catcher by Dmitry Bortnikov. Some really top-notch, existential, I guess, for lack of a better word, poetic, dark literature. Everything I've read by them, I've loved. And so, if they're publishing crime novels, I got to think they're going to be pretty fucking good. So, this is just the beginning. I will go on. I want to talk about the crime novel in general as well. Noir, what does noir mean? It's an overused term, misused term, and a terrific genre that includes spectacular films. Chinatown is one of the best films ever made. That is definitely noir. Although it takes place in sunny California, so it's not so black on the screen, but it is dark. And the noir fiction, nobody did that quite like Chandler. So I would put Chandler in the in the tier of literature, and his biggest problem was that he was too good a writer for plots, and so um, if his writing had any flaws, it was in trying, just making sure that the plot worked out. And remember, there's a great story about one of his films, and I don't remember which one it was. One of his books that was made into a film, and the writers were trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, who killed this guy? And they couldn't figure it out. So they called Chandler, the author, and Chandler said, I don't know. That alone puts him in my top tier of fiction writers and also crime fiction writers. So here's to Betimes Books and Craig McDonald. Can't wait. In fact, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to take it with me. That's my personal life.